Hi everybody, I'm Archbishop Tim Costelloe, Archbishop of Perth in Western Australia. We've just had a wonderful catechesis here. I'm afraid I can't pronounce the name of the parish or the suburb, my Polish isn't so good. It's about half an hour from Krakow, and we've had a wonderful session this morning with some beautiful prayers, some beautiful reflections, and then a catechesis on the theme of let yourself be touched by God's mercy. We had pilgrims from all sorts of places, from Canada, from the United States, from the Philippines, from Scotland, from Holland, I think even a couple from Australia, and probably other places as well. It was fantastic. When you reflect on the theme, let yourself be touched by God's mercy, I think the corollary to that is that we have to allow God to touch others through us with His mercy. And I guess that's really part of what I was trying to get at, that we need to allow the Lord to develop in our hearts the same sensitivity that He had to people. Because I reflected on some gospel stories, and in each of those stories, Jesus entered into the really personal situation of the person He encountered, understood where that person was at, and was able to offer mercy in a way that that person both needed and could understand. And I hope that was the message that got through, because it's it's one thing to love people, to be merciful to people, but I think the key is they have to know that they're loved. They have to know that they're experiencing mercy. And for that to happen, we have to find ways of doing it that speak to them very clearly. This is my third World Youth Day. I was in Sydney, I'd just become a bishop. I also went to Rio 3 years ago, and now here I am in Poland. The days of the World Youth Day itself are obviously fantastic days, full of so many exciting things, especially, of course, the presence of the Holy Father. But there are other things also that are part of World Youth Day. And for the bishops, I think that possibly some of these other dimensions are the key parts. I travelled through Italy, through Rome and then Turin, with our young people, spending our days together, having meals together, enjoying ourselves together. Then we went across to Warsaw and did days in the diocese, and again, you're spending all your time with young people, sometimes just mucking around and having fun, other times having quite beautiful and profound conversations with individual people. So it's a real chance for a bishop to be what bishops are supposed to be, which is loving, caring shepherds to their people, and especially to young people. And of course, as a Salesian, following in the footsteps of St. John Bosco, to be with young people is a wonderful thing for me. I hope for them too, but it is certainly for me. One of the things that strikes me, and it's kind of a little bit of a challenge in a way, is that I'm getting a bit older now, and so many of the young people are sensitive to that, and they're always asking me if I need any help, or if I'm okay, or if I cough, they think I'm about to drop dead from the flu or something. So there's a real sensitivity to me as a bishop, which I really appreciate. And mercy is shown most often in the small things, sometimes in big things, sometimes in great acts of forgiveness when we hurt others. All of that is a big part of mercy. But mercy is also shown in the small, generous, sensitive, big-hearted ways in which we deal with each other. That's been my experience of our young people. It's been wonderful. Well, Pope Francis is here, of course. He arrived last night. People sometimes think that the bishops will have, very immediate access to the Pope, but to be honest with you, I think when the Pope comes to World Youth Day, he comes to meet the young people. He's not that he's not interested in the bishops, but I think he probably realises bishops have other opportunities to be close to him. But certainly it was the case in Rio. I'm sure it's going to be the case here. He's really interested in being with the young people. So I'll enjoy watching him relate to the young people and watching the young people relate to him.